Hey everyone, I am Andrea of Alu Knits, and if you're a returning viewer, welcome back. If you're new, thank you for joining me. Like I said just now, my name is Andrea. On Instagram, I am at Alu Knits, and if you found me through Instagram, you might know me from my Maker Self-Care Reels that are released every Friday. I try to be good about putting them here on YouTube as well, but I tend to put them up on YouTube like 2 or 3 at a time. Instead, I'm sorry, I promise I will try to be better about it. I also have a Patreon page where I post weekly exercise videos for my subscribers to do every week, and also specialty topical videos about once or twice a month about PT and crafting related content. My background, I'm a physical therapist who loves to knit and loves all things yarn and fiber related. And I am here to just share with you my FOs, my whips, stash acquisitions, and every episode also has a wellness tip from me as well. So let's get started. It feels like it's been a while since I've been on here. I think it's really actually only been 2 weeks, but as you'll see, it's been a very busy 2 weeks for me knitting wise. So first, my only FO I have to show you is my Pedal Party Crop by Samantha Guerin Designs. This is in the Monet June colorway from the Red Pansy, and this was based on the painting Morning on the Seine. I think last time I showed off, I had just like started it, and I am all done. So it is I did knit it about 2 inches longer than the pattern calls for. So I'm gonna kind of shift around so you can see here. So you can see it kind of comes down and hits me right at my waist. I'm wearing it over a dress, which is how I plan to wear it in the future when it is not 100 degrees in Austin. But I really love it. If you're looking to knit this pattern, one thing I will say is make sure you bind off your neckline loosely. So this is knit from the bottom up. Yes, it is knit from the bottom. Wait. No, I'm sorry. It is not knit from the bottom up. So it is kind of like you do the front and the back panels, and then you join together in the round. And then you pick up stitches for the neckline and finish off the neckline. So I will say for the neckline, make sure you bind off loosely. Mine is like, I bound off as loosely as I could. I usually do a Jenny's super stretchy bind off for my bind offs, but I didn't want the neckline to look kind of like loose. And sometimes the Jenny's stretch off can be kind of, it can look just kind of messy and not like a clean edge. And so I didn't want that look, so I just bound off like a regular bind off, but I tried to do it as loosely as I could. And it like just fits over my head, like just fits over my head. So take note of that. Yeah, but I super love it, super love it. You can see the side, it has this slight garter stitch detail every couple of rows or whatever, all the way down. Yeah, but I super love it. Samantha, I really love this design. And I'm so looking forward to knitting any of your other designs as well. So that is my only FO. I have a almost FO as well. So last time I showed you guys that I'd started my Bobbi pullover test knit for Gabriella Makes, and I am almost done. Look how cute it is. The only thing I have left is the collar, and I didn't do that yet because I was just waiting on some clarification from her about it in the instructions. But look at this. This is DK Weight. This yarn is by Mountain Laurel Fiber Company. Mountain Laurel Fiber, yes. And this is in her Nutcracker Sweet colorway from her winter collection at the end of 2020. I super love it. Yeah, I think Gabriella told me like this is so you, and I told her this is like a combo of me and you, because she likes pink, I like blue, and it's neutrally. Yeah, and look at the little popcorn stitches, they are so cute. Yeah, I'm really happy with this. It's gonna be so cute. I do expect it to block a little bit longer and a little bit wider, so the sleeves when I wear it should kind of come down like midway past my forearm. So yeah, hopefully I'll be able to show you guys next time, because I think I will finish the collar tonight and then block it tomorrow. So my other whips, so I haven't cast on anything new, and I am trying to be good and not cast on anything new until I have more of my whips finished. The only thing I'm going to allow myself to cast on is the July Monet sweater, and that'll be whenever the yarn comes. Kelly is still in the process of dyeing up July's colorway. I knit up June so quickly that like it literally flew off my needles. Like I think it took me 13 days start to finish to knit on this. And so I was kind of surprised by how quickly I finished. And so yeah, so I'm taking this time to work on my other whips and try to clear them off my needles a little bit more so that they're not still hanging around and I'm not still showing you them in December. So I've been working a little bit on my Rospico tee by Along avec Anna. This is in Wandering Flock Pistachio Cream. It's so pretty. Yeah, so I'm just on the stockinette portion now until I get to where I separate for front and back. I'm on that as well, on the stockinette portion of the body as well for my summer sorrel tee. So I'm not going to show you that one because there hasn't been much change on that one either. But it is nice to have a couple of whips that are just on the stockinette portion, so I can work on those with mindless things like I think I mentioned last time, taking my kids to the park, watching them run and play around. I can just knit stockinette and still have my eyes on them without needing to look down at my work. Same thing with watching TV, like the Olympics right now. I can watch the Olympics and not miss anything and still be knitting and working on something. And so now my project that I'm working on at night, or when I'm not watching Olympics, like something where I don't need to have my full attention on the screen, is the rift sweater for my husband. So this is in Dream in Color, and what is the colorway? The colorway is, so this is in Dream in Color yarn, and their classy worsted weight. And this color is called Black Pearl. So you can see last time I think I just separated for front and back, and now I'm working up on the back. I've gotten fairly far. I think I did like, how much did I do? I did like this much last night alone. So I am very, I'm sorry y'all, I have no words today. I have no words today. They are all out of my brain. I am anticipating that I will have the back done like maybe by the weekend. And so that maybe by the time the Monet yarn arrives, I will be almost done with the whole body and just have sleeves left, hopefully. My husband also recently decided that he wanted some like color in the sweater. After seeing my son's sweater that I made for him and how it has the different colored hems and pockets, he was like, oh, I didn't know that I could do different colors for my sweater, which I was like, okay, whatever. So I think what I'll do is see maybe if he wants like different colored sleeves, and go with that. Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. So yeah, hopefully I will have the body of this done maybe by the next podcast. I'm going to make that a goal. Yeah. All right. So those are my whips. Yeah. Nothing new to cast on, holding off on casting on. I did get a lot of yarn again in the mail, a lot of pre-orders. So I think like I had 5 pre-orders that I was waiting for the past month, and 4 out of the 5 came. And so I'm gonna show you what came in. So one of the pre-orders that came in was the Red Pansy pre-order from her Summer Tangy collection. So I got this colorway, Lemon Blossom. And I plan to make a party top tee in this. It's by Abby, I don't know her last name, but Abby Knits. It's the same Abby that's the part of Wool and Pine Designs with Selena. So you can see this. It's yellow and peach and green speckles throughout. Very summery, very springy, tangy, of course, Lemon Blossom. I super love it. And then I also got Tropical Night, making sure I have the right name. Yes, Tropical Night, which is this dark green color. It also has some like lighter mossier green colors. I know it's kind of showing a blue right now on here, but it's got some definition to it. Oh yeah, there's like some slight kind of like tannish specks in there as well. I don't know if you can see that. Okay, yeah. So for this, I'm planning to make the Cold Shoulder Crop by Park Knits. Okay, Park Williams. Yeah. So yeah, think it'll be super cute. It'll be a great like kind of fall transition sweater because it is a DK weight sweater, but it's a crop and it's short sleeve. It's like a, yeah, very short sleeve. So yeah, I'm excited for that. And then lastly, I got Dreamy. And this is in her cashmere base, MCN fingering. It is so soft, you guys. It is so soft. And for this, I'm planning to make the one of the new tanks that Sari Nordland released. I don't remember the name right now. I am planning to pop pictures of all the patterns over here, so you'll see that there. Yeah, I can't remember the name of the tee right now, but it is a tank, a racerback tank, and the back racer part has a beautiful lace detail. So this is what these are gonna be. But I love this. You can see there's even some light purple specks in here. Yeah, and it's just so soft. It's so soft. All right, so that was my red pansy pre-order. I also got one of my Woolberry pre-orders in. This was the Under the Sea pre-order. I joined her collective at the end of June, so my July collective order is still yet to come. That's why I said one out of two, with a guilty look on my face. So I got a sweater quantity of Are You My Conscious? So I'm just showing you two of them here, and the labels are moving around, which is driving me nuts. Okay, so this is so me, you guys. So it's all these shades of blue with some gray thrown in. Yeah. And if you didn't know, Woolberry, for the Under the Sea collection, she named all the colorways under Finding Nemo quotes. And Finding Nemo is like one of the movies from my childhood, or I guess I was a teen by then, where I watched it a lot. I know a lot of the quotes, and so it was just like I had to have something from these. So yeah, but I really love this one. So I've got a sweater quantity of these. I'm going to make a very V-neck raglan by Jessie May out of these. And then I also got, so I got three. I'm not going to show you all of them because I can't hold them all in my hand, but I also got three of Do You Have Your Exit Buddy? Here, so you can see it's greenish, bluish, yellowish, speckles all throughout. So I'm gonna, with these as the MC, this will be my CC, and this is Give Me Some Fin. And so this will be my CC. I'm going to make a long cardigan, or a very long cardigan. I don't remember the exact name, by Joji Locatelli. I'll hold these together. Or not hold them together. MC and CC. Yeah. I'm really excited. I have been like working up my courage to make a fingering weight cardigan. First of all, I hate purling. So there's that. But I'm also really scared to steek, so I would never like, yeah. But also it's fingering weight. I'm gonna make it a little shorter than how he has the pattern written for, just because I don't want something going all the way down towards my knees. I snag my clothes a lot already, so I don't want to snag a long cardigan on anything. But I think a fingering weight cardigan would get a lot of wear down here in Austin, especially in the fall / early winter time. So I'm bucking myself up, and I'm gonna do it. And you guys will keep me accountable to doing it. So that was my Woolberry pre-order, and then I also went to the Sated Sheep recently. Sated Sheep is another local yarn store. It's in Dripping Springs, Texas, which is about like 40 minutes from where I live. I went and I got some Tolematan yarn. I think that's how you say it. I took French in high school. It's been a while. Tolematan. Yes. And this is their 50% merino, 50% cotton base. And this color is called Tilleul. Tilleul. Tilleul, I think is how you should pronounce it. But yeah, also very me. It's like a minty greenish blue, and it's got all these slight speckles and splashes of color. I don't really know what I'm going to do with it yet. Maybe an outline tank. Yeah, I've been wanting to try this yarn ever since Aro of Aro Knits and Pearls used the same base for her outline tank test that she did for Jessie May. And she was the one who kind of told me about this yarn, and like I've told you guys before, I'm trying to use more plant-based fibers for the hot weather I have down here. So I was really excited to grab these and hopefully try them out soon. And then lastly, speaking of Aro sent me some of her D-stash yarn. So if you watch her podcasts, and if you don't, you should, She spoke recently about how she destashed a bunch of her yarn, and she mentioned she was sending some to me. And so one of the things she sent me was Madeline Tosh DK in Conference Call. So it's this kind of like light grayish blue with all these beautiful speckles throughout. Let me see if I can use another skein that shows more of it. Here we go. Yeah. Also very me. I actually, so she sent, the funny story, she sent me a picture and said, would you use these? Do you want them? And I said, yes. And I said, is that Conference Call by Madeline Tosh? And she was like, how did you know? And I was like, when this colorway first came out like several years ago, I lusted after it. Like I needed it, I wanted it. And this was before I was into garment knitting. So I didn't really know what I was going to do with it. I didn't want to buy a crap ton of it. So I just bought 2 skeins of it on DK, not knowing what I was going to do. Then last year I used it for my son's yearly sweater. I made him a vest out of it. Because I mean, I can't use 2 skeins of DK on anything for myself. So I used it on him. I just thought, you know what? It's fine. It's being put to use. I can look at it when he's wearing it. And yeah, and that was it. But then Aro had a whole sweater quantity of this in her stash, and she didn't, you know, feel like she loved it anymore. So she gave it to me instead. So thank you, Aro. I do love it, and it will now be a sweater for me. And I guess I could twin with my son, except I think he'll probably outgrow his by the time I get whatever I'm gonna make out of these finished. So yeah, oh well. But yeah, she also sent me 2 skeins of, what is this? This is Anzula Luxury Fibers, and this is Fingering Weight MCN. The colorway is Nimbus. This beautiful tonally light blue. So she sent me 2 skeins of these. Also don't know what I'm gonna do with them, but there's, you know, enough to at least do a sweater, a colorwork sweater, if I combine this with something else. So yeah, thank you, Aro, so much. Yeah, I really appreciate it. Between her and Megan adding blue to my stash, I've been really leaning heavily into my blue love, as you can probably tell. But yeah, I so appreciate the friends I made on Instagram. If you follow me on Instagram, you've seen my mushy post, my sappy post, thanking all the great and close friends I made on Instagram this past year. And I just cannot really tell you guys enough how much you all mean to me, how much I enjoy texting with you every day. I love that you guys get me. I don't have to justify my yarn love or my yarn purchases to you. Yeah, so thank you. And for my viewers, I look forward to getting to know so many of you so much better. Thank you to those of you who ever reached out to me and DM'd me or commented. It all means so much to me when you guys watch my videos and like them. And I wish you the same crafting happiness and friends that I have found. Speaking of friends and happiness, I did not mention my earrings. These are by Yesenia from Senia Studio. She made these. I showed them off in one of my episodes when I got them, but I finally am wearing them and I love them. Yesenia, I absolutely love them. They're like not heavy at all. I can barely feel that I'm wearing them except when I like shake my head around and they touch my ears. But yeah, I super love these Yesenia. They're beautiful. Yeah. Also, I apologize, you guys. I'm like rather red and sweaty and shiny again today. That's because it's hot. I originally had a tower fan on blowing at me, but then it was like giving too much of that wind vibe and not in a modelly way and like a I'm at the ocean and my hair is flying every which way kind of way. So I turned it off, and so instead I'm sitting here sweating and all shiny and all that stuff. So please don't mind me. Okay, so, oh, and I also, at the Sadie Sheep, I picked up some cocoa knits accessories. So I got some stitch stoppers. Let me open it and show you. So there's all these different sizes. They're made out of foam. Like these are 2 different sizes, and you just slide them on your stitch. I mean, when you slide them on, the middle part will pop out. Slide them on and they'll stick on. I used to have like the cap ones, but I always felt like they were going to fall off, and they did fall off sometimes. And so I like these so far. They've been very secure. So I got a bunch of these. I also got a, what do they call this? It's like the accessory roll. So it's made out of paper, but it's like corrugated kind of paper. So it's like pretty sturdy, but there's like 4 pockets. Let me open one up. You open up and you can stick your notions inside. You can even separate these off so these can come off and unsnap. So you could just carry one in your project bag if you wanted to. And if you want to keep them all together, you just roll it up and it has bands attached. And you can actually swap out the bands for different colors too. I've actually been looking for one of these, so I'm really glad I found it. And then I also got, and sorry, this is a mess, so I'm not going to show you the whole thing. The leather cord and needle stitch holder kit. I've also been looking for this for a while, wanting to try it. I don't have a great review because I couldn't get it to work. So the instructions tell you, so it comes with all these different length cords, and it comes with 2 needles. So the instructions tell you, that is my hair, tell you to take the cord and stick it here and twist it into the needle. I have not been able to get that to work. Like I sit here twisting and twisting and it's just like not staying in. And then I got it to stay in once. And I was like, yes, we are getting somewhere. The point of this is so that you stick it in and then you can, slide your sleeve stitches or your whatever stitches you need to hold onto the cord. And then you can tie off the cord to secure it. And then when you're ready to pick up the stitches again, you just you put the needle back on and you can knit off of it. It's just, it's just a fancy scrap yarn, if anything, but I guess reusable scrap yarn, though technically scrap yarn is reusable as well. It's just I hate having bits of yarn flying around everywhere all the time, and I have them all over the house because they just fly everywhere when I cut them off. Anyway, but I wanted to try this because I thought it was a more sophisticated way. But then when I finally got the leather cord to stay on here, I don't know if you can see, but the leather cord is like kind of rough. It's not completely smooth. So then when I tried to stick some stitches on there, the yarn got caught on the roughness of the leather and it didn't really move. And then when I pulled a little harder, then the leather came out of this needle tip. And so I ended up just going back to my old method of using a tapestry needle and yarn and just sliding on there. So I don't really know I'm going to do this. I might give it another try or try to like sand down the leather. Maybe if I take some sandpaper and just kind of like smooth it out, then it might work better. So I might try that first before I give up. But even if I give up, I don't really know what I'm going to do with it. I guess I could try to return it, but yeah, because I haven't really used them. I don't know. I really want it to work out though, is my point. So maybe I would just try the sandpaper trick, because I think once I get the hang of twisting it onto the needle, securing on a needle, as long as it's smooth, it should glide smoothly through the yarn. So yeah, I'll let y'all know what happens with that. All right, so those are the Cocoa Knits accessories I picked up. And I think that is it for all my new things. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yeah. So I guess we can move on to the wellness tip for this week. So the wellness tip I have for you this episode is to get up often when you're crafting, knitting, crocheting, sewing, spinning, what have you. Try to get up often. So one of the things I tell my patients who work at desk jobs is that the ideal thing is to get up every 30 minutes to just move around. It doesn't have to be moving around for like minutes on end. You can just get up and move around for like 10 to 30 seconds and then sit back down and resume your work. And part of why I say that is because we have fascia in our bodies. So if you've ever cooked before and prepared chicken, a raw chicken, you would know that if you're separating the skin off of a chicken, that there's like that kind of thin layer in between the skin and the meat underneath, and it's kind of translucent and it breaks easily, but you do have to like tug on it. That is fascia. And so we have the same thing where it's underneath our skin, and then it lies underneath our skin and on top of our muscles, okay, and the tendons and bones and that kind of thing. Fascia connects everything in our whole body, and fascia also has the ability to kind of get crinkled up and kind of get bent into positions. I liken it to saran wrap, so kind of like how saran wrap is nice and smooth, but then it easily gets kind of like, crinkled up and it easily gets folded and stuff like that. Fascia is a lot like that. And at the same time, fascia also has a memory, so remembers if you've been in a certain position for a long time. And so then the fascial memory kind of resets every 30 minutes or so. So if you can get up every 30 minutes, it helps to reset your body and your posture, so that your body just doesn't like stay in some slumped, odd position all the time that creates pain. Our bodies are also built to move, so getting up and moving more often is good for our bodies also, and for our joints. So I know we all have a tendency to kind of sit and just knit or crochet for long periods of time. I mean, like, I'm super guilty of it too. But I would say try to move around. And even if you are not getting up and physically walking around, at least try to shift around in your seat. So if I were to like stick a camera on me when I'm knitting, you would see that I actually move quite a bit. Even if I don't get up from my chair that often, I do move quite a bit. Like I'll shift from this side to that side. Sometimes I'll sit and I'll stick my legs up on a stool next to me. Sometimes I'll sit cross-legged. Sometimes I'll sit with a leg extended in front of me. I move around quite a bit to just shift my position and my posture so that my body doesn't get used to sitting in one certain posture for a long time, especially if it's not great posture. Ideally, the thing is to get up at least once an hour. So sometimes what I'll do too is I'll drink a lot of water, so that it forces me to get up and go use the bathroom as well. So that's my tip, especially if you're someone where you find that after you've been knitting or crocheting for a while that you have a lot of back pain, neck pain, knee pain, or whatever pain. Try getting up more often and see if that helps to ease the level of pain you get, or even how much pain you get. Okay. So yeah. All right, so that is it for this week. This week is a little bit of a short one. Next week I'll hopefully have some more content for you, some more yarn coming in the mail. Hopefully maybe a new cast on to show you, and definitely a new FO. I do have some future content planned, like things for baby or kid knits that I have made, if you're interested in that. I also do want to highlight AAPI makers and BIPOC makers and dyers that I enjoy and love to follow. So yeah, if there's anything in particular you would like to see, let me know and drop it down below, and I will try to do that as well. So thank you so much for watching and for spending some time with me. I deeply appreciate it. Happy knitting!